Today's feast celebrates not just a building, but a profound truth that God chooses to dwell among his people and within them. The Lateran Basilica, the cathedral of the Pope as Bishop of Rome, is the mother and head of all churches. Its dedication reminds us that every sacred space, from the grandest basilica to the humblest chapel, points to an even more sacred reality. We ourselves are the living temples of God. The readings of the day beautifully trace this divine presence from the temple in Ezekiel's vision, where life-giving water flows from the sanctuary, to St. Paul's proclamation that you are God's temple, and finally to Jesus' revelation of his body as the true temple of God. These are not separate truths, but a movement from the physical temple to the human heart, from structure to spirit. It's in this light that we should understand the gospel event in which Jesus cleanses the temple. In him, there's more zeal rather than anger. Zeal for the holiness of God's dwelling. Jesus' actions reveal that worship is not about commerce or convenience. It's about communion. The Feast of the Lateran Basilica, therefore, calls us to the truth that we are not just visitors to the temple. We ourselves are the temple. The real dedication celebrated today is not of stones and marble, but of hearts ready to welcome the divine. Our task, then, is to let the living water of God's grace flow from us into our relationships, our communities, and the wounded world around us. When we live as God's dwelling, our words heal, our actions nourish, and our presence brings peace. Hence, today's feast is a timely reminder for us to examine the marketplaces within ourselves, the distractions, inordinate or disordered attachments, addictions, and compromises that turn our sacred spaces, both physical and spiritual, into places of transaction rather than transformation. The same Christ who overturned tables in Jerusalem wants to overturn whatever clutters the inner temple of our lives today, so that the Spirit can dwell freely in us and our communion with God becomes fuller. Amen.